Hey you guys, it's me Gemstone at tarotfreehealing.com. I hope you guys are doing really well. This video is for Cancer, so let's see what is showing up for you guys. So I'm just shuffling up the deck. I'm using two decks for your love scopes of February. So you have the Romance Angels and you also have the Whispers of Love cards. So I'm just shuffling up this one to see what comes through for the month of February for Cancer. And so, month of February, Cancer, you have forgiving and learning with the description, as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. And your next card is let your friends help you, ask for and accept support from others. So, okay. And then these Whispers of Love cards, you have the listen with your heart. That's interesting. You're listening to what is being said to you, but need to listen with a loving heart. Ah. And then the next card is, oh, you got this card as well. Choose love. And it says you always have a choice as to what you should do. So, you have very interesting cards. I feel like your messages are all coming together, like in these cards, and I like it. I like when that happens, when they all kind of link together. And it says forgiving and learning. This card is saying, Cancer, there is some stuff that you need to let go of and just release honestly. And I think the reason why I'm saying this is because you can't, to me, you can't judge everyone of the same sign, because even your astrological chart is made up of all different planets in different houses in different sections. So it doesn't necessarily mean that because you're a Cancer sign you're all going to be the same. But what I would say is, what the feeling I get with this card in relation to your like Cancer in general is just, you have to learn to sort of let stuff go, because you tend to hold on to stuff. You tend to want to like, especially when experiences haven't been good for you, you tend to hold on to them, and it's hard for you to release them because you are very in, like, you are sensitive, and being sensitive isn't a bad thing. It's kind of like, I get it because I have a moon in Cancer, so I entirely get it. So it just means that we can really people that have like moon in Cancer or sun and stuff, we can be more prone to internalizing our pain or internalizing stuff. For me, it is communicated out in a very different way because I have kind of a lot of air in my chart as well. So sometimes I tend to sort of disconnect at times from, so I don't appear very sensitive on the outside, if you get what I'm saying. And so you can be like that as well. But then at the same time, I think that sometimes we shelter it and protect it, but sometimes we do verbalize it, and we can, and then other people tend to see our pain, and we let it be a part of ourselves or a part of our experience, and it's kind of telling you that not to let painful experiences be a part of your experience anymore. There's a time for grieving and mourning, but there's also a time where you have to kind of continue on, and you have to be able to have the strength within yourself to kind of deal with those issues. And it's not a simple process. Like, the healing process is never a simple process. It always has to take time, but with that time you have to be able to release it at some point. You can't, like, years down the line be still holding on to stuff and be, just as mad about it like it happened yesterday. Is kind of telling you that it's not really benefiting you, it's not helping you, and it's not really helping the people around you or the people that are associated with this situation. So that's where, like, the releasing has to come from. And both of these cards to me are kind of saying a very similar thing, which kind of tells me that this message is coming in very strongly for somebody watching this video, because it says let your friends help you, and then it says listen with your heart. So it's really telling you to get the advice of other people around you at this time when it comes to releasing and forgiveness and stuff like that. Maybe there's somebody else that you are really close to, that you share a lot of your personal issues with, and that person may serve as a guide to you. It could be even this person might be telling you that you need to forgive this other person or this situation that happened, or maybe you need to communicate with the person you're having an issue with and talk things out. Like in some cases, looking at these cards, this person could actually be a friend that you've had an issue with, and you need to talk things out with them and be able to release things. If you've had relationship problems, it could be saying that you need to even forgive your partner and forgive things that have happened in the past. Maybe like you speak to your friends about issues with your partner, and they might be the ones telling you, you have to kind of let certain things go. But communication seems to be key this month, and it's telling you to really be present in these communications. And present is a word that I've been using quite a bit recently because of the fact that I have been getting more into mindfulness, and mindfulness is something that I really am interested in, and it really helps me a lot. But what mindfulness teaches is that we can have mindful communications with others, and what that is when you are fully listening to somebody else, not just listening to somebody and not really paying attention like you're doing other activities. That's not being like 100% attentive. And it's also says that not to be so quick to think of a response. Like sometimes somebody is talking and we're already thinking about what we're going to say, or we're already thinking about things that they are literally telling us, like as they're saying it to us. And what mindfulness is about listening without judgment, which is one thing, listening without judgment, and listening and being fully engaged in that conversation, no distractions, nothing else. Because what your cards are kind of telling me is that somebody could be giving you some good advice and really trying to break things down to you, and you may not be fully concentrating on what they're saying, and it's saying that it's going to be beneficial to you whatever they do have to say. Like you can see this person is holding a shell to this other lady's ear so that she can listen to the sound in the shell. So it's saying really be in February, really be focused on listening to advice of other people. This isn't the time to be stubborn, or this isn't the time to think that you know better. This is the time where you really have to observe, be observant, and not only observant but really focus on what you're hearing. And when I look at the back of the cards, it almost looks like a water world there. So that might be another reason why, like, you might be a little bit distracted from other people and really listening, because maybe you're just sort of in your own mind or in your own world and all that kind of thing, and it might block you your communications with others. It might make it a bit more difficult, or maybe your emotions are going to be clouding your own judgments, or going to be making you resist wanting to listen because you're still connected to your own hurt or your own pain, or what that person did to you that made you feel a sense of hurt. So, but again, this is a one card, so it's like saying that you have you have the choice to fix this situation or to change this situation. And as it says here, it says choose love. It's saying instead of choosing anger or upset or resentment or holding a grudge, it's saying you have to come from a more loving space. Forgiveness is about love, because in order to really truly love somebody, you have to forgive them at times. You have to forgive that and know that they are a human being, and they're not perfect, but then we're not perfect either. So we have to be accepting of that. And so I think that that's what it's saying. It's saying don't throw away a relationship with a partner or a friend over something that can be worked out, because I think that you could be missing out on somebody that really is a nice person, really does care for you, but it just seems that something has gone wrong in the process, and it kind of led to maybe you having hurt feelings, and now it's created this issue. But peace and many blessings to you, Cancer. I'll be seeing you. Bye.